in terms of they get the win either way. But for Japaleno, if they get slammed in a map 16-4, you go into the next map feeling a little down. If you lose the map 16-11 after a good couple of rounds, you go into it feeling a little bit more positive. Sprout, they could really help themselves in the mental game if they were able to close out games a lot easier.
And it's more about the fact that it feels like something that we discussed already last week, how Sprout seemed to get overconfident, a little bit over cocky, I guess is the word we can use, because in a way they seem to be just looking for solo frags, solo plays, and not really trying to work as a unit, something that we can pinpoint to every single round for the last 3 rounds almost. We can see that, you know, even at a default, then their players are a little bit asleep, and as harsh as that sounds, that's true. There's definitely seeming to be elsewhere with the mind at times, and it is affecting them. Sprout, they are letting this one go far too deep for Japaleno, given how they started, given how it looked at the beginning. And you said it well, it's something that is haunting them, it's something that they need to work on, because it effectively shouldn't be acceptable to play like this.
Yeah, not when you've got a half at like, what, 14-4? This should have been finished at 16-5 at the most for Sprout here.
We can't deny Japaleno can take more rounds. It's more about how Sprout plays and how much they're not really taking care of themselves in that sense.
Good couple of kills from Farven at least. Nearly gets the headshot onto Relaxer, but not going to be the case this time. The little bit of a hero AK not going to pay dividends from that one. 14-9. Japaleno a single round away from double digits here, and at least making the first map look a little bit more comprehensive. 4-buy to come from Sprout though. AWP for Oscar. The rest onto plenty of Kevlar and AKs and all that good stuff of utility, so we'll see what they can muster up. Double AWP setup again seems to be where Japaleno have sort of leaned to. They just add that little bit of extra stability into the round itself. But Sprout, they've finally gotten onto the right frame of mind. It's going to be an execution to come through here, but it's Dazon that lands the early kill of the round. It's going to be, again, the tag onto Diha. The damage is so good, Oscar.
It's like
peeking into a smoke is always going to benefit the CTs, because the CT hasn't had to adjust. He's just sat there looking at you. And again, it's going to be a very sloppy round from Sprout. A 5-on-3. That smoke will fade and expose Farven. The bomb only just goes down in a 5-on-2. And Sprout, again, they are just giving up very easy rounds here.
Well, we can see that this 2-on-5, as you said, is not looking too sweet. Spitty, the last guy standing. Timo Richter, best of luck, mate, but you're going to need any inch of luck you can get. You can find a kill. Yeah, he gets one, but again, exposed from the side as Pleasant finishes it. Yeah, looking at this round specifically, looking at how they went about this play, it was actually a pretty decent idea they had in their mind. The call was actually potentially workable, actually winnable scenario if only they didn't go for this challenge. The first guy out, sure, falls, all understandable, you know, it's logical. But here, the tag on Diha as well as the kill on Oscar never should have happened in the first place. As you said it well, the smoke covers enough of the lower end of that portion that, you know, Oscar will be late to spotting the player, whilst the guy that's already holding the corner has a great disadvantage or advantage, excuse me. And unfortunate enough that Sprout are a little bit careless. Again, they are. Japaleno, though, they are playing a great game of CS right now, finally finding their stride as well, with the double up seemingly working well in their favor. Although, bit of a weird split, but it might work, as Sprout seem to have an idea of an A split through Connector and Palace.
Yeah, the Palace boys not going to really make a move really until Connector has been established under their control. Window, maybe even a port of call as well, as they might look to boost up, but not yet. In terms of their approach, they will establish that Connector control. Freddy Frog about to walk into a trap though. Farven there for the first. Now, do Sprout realize that they've got a second aggressor? Well, DJ out does get caught out, realizes that wasn't the right man in Palace. The lineup, though, good for Pleasant, but only for one. Into the 3-on-2, it sees Relaxer, though. Beautiful shot, pins the bomb down. That plant not going to be enabled this time, and Farven again has to do the brunt of the work, but it pays off for now. It's a 2-on-1, and Dazon could get the drop on Oscar, but Again, it's info. Oscar might already be down con too deep before they can even realize. Sneaks out the corner and Farven gets the job done. 15 to 10. Finally, Sprout get map point on the board in probably what should have come around 5-6 rounds ago.
It's hard to say, but I agree. Yeah, certainly Sprout. They had ample opportunity beforehand already. Finally, they are able to close out the gap and pull it into 15. But 5 rounds to go. Like I said, Japaleno, the dream is no longer just a dream. It's a potential reality that can happen if they're able to successfully take 5 rounds with minimal casualties and just keep a clear head, keep a cool head. There is a way back into this game. Speedy gets tagged, and the start is perfect yet again. Japaleno, though, they're still lingering on mid. Better not, mates. You are in dire trouble otherwise. Relaxa, why are you waiting? See, this is what I'm trying to say. The linger is the one thing that tries, at times, does, try them at their best and at their worst. Luckily enough, the immediate refrag is what they needed. So, Japaleno, they at least somewhat mitigate the current losses.
Yeah, at least back into a 4-on-4. The angle for Pleasant doesn't work out this time, Diha. Lucky to be alive. A minute left on the clock here. Dazon going to be shifting close. Might get a chance here and will only a tag, though. Meanwhile, Pleasant did catch on to Spiddy, though, so that is a good little kill for him to find. It is going to force the rest, though, down to this very, very dangerous angle, though. Dazon, as he's already proven this once before. DJL, there's the bomb drop. The round already gone, most likely. Even with being able to cross toward the back lines, Diha has to clean out this spot. And, well, actually, DJL, he might have just ratted himself out there. Unfortunately, that is going to be the case. Freddy Frog might be able to counter it, though, and there it is. Diha, last man alive in a 1-on-3, has to retrieve the bomb and, well, does get a tag. Sorry, Farven has to retrieve the bomb. Already being tagged, does get away with 1, but not going to make a difference. 15 to 11, and Japaleno still at least being competitive.
Yeah, they are keeping the tag on Sprout. Oh, this is... It's a little bit dangerous for Sprout. They get themselves back on track a bit. They seem to be able to find their way in the rounds themselves, but then there are a few moments where they just get caught, timing of course being everything, and in the end they are a little bit unfortunate in that sense as well. Japaleno, the push towards top mid gives them a great deal of information. It's a straight execution, either B or A. Now this is a dead giveaway, it's an A execution. They should be well prepared against this. They cannot lose a single player, though. That's the one thing. You cannot afford to lose a member of your team unless you already have the site under control. Pleasant on the angle, sees one at triple. DJL able to at least shut it out for the moment. Bomb still planted though, and oh boy, Diha gets the kill. Clear CT, he's got an op. This is a problem. Peeks out wide, doesn't get shot, and with the op, Diha, I think he can make this happen. I don't want to be the bearer of bad news, but this is a very bad news for Japaleno.
The one thing they've got to rely on is this flank from Freddy Frog. It comes in. It comes in from a comprehensive two, thankfully does get wrapped up. If Freddy Frog essentially wasn't coming from Palace, they had no back angle in from that round there. That would have been such a one-dimensional retake, and thankfully Freddy Frog was in the position that he is because he essentially saved that round there. Diha doing damage with the AWP would have been the unraveling of that one, and well, fortunately, Japaleno, they live to die another day. It gets closer again. Japaleno remaining inside of this series for now, 15 to 12. Rebuy back in the hands of Sprout. It is their T side that is a cause for concern at the moment, only getting that one gun round really in the back pocket. DJL aggressive into mid, gonna fall back though. Spiddy looking for the early advancement, see what he can find. Knows there's a man right side of window, does get away freely with the cross though. Relaxer able to fire a couple of warning shots. Nothing connects there yet though, but give Sprout that little bit of a tension factor inside of mid, but Diha, there's the good entry, gets at least the start. Maybe looking for more, but not this time. They know they've got Freddy Frog in a corner, though, and that's a great refrag, but still back to a 3-on-2 now as that bomb is looking to go down.
The worst part here is that fact that Freddy Frog locks himself in that corner. Luckily enough, though, still going to be a refrag, as Relaxa is able to keep the numbers up, and Dezen and Relaxa to double up. Might not be the best in this scenario. It certainly limits them a lot. Oh, Relaxa being hurt. Oh, Relaxa! Relaxa!
What?
Oh, that is amazing. I love you so much, Relaxa, but that was absolutely brutal to do. And, well, he does give away his position as Oscar is lining himself up. Nobody hitting the shot. What is going on right now? What is this game? As Dezen will connect finally and saving grace by Relaxa here. Without that, that is the GG. That is the end of the game if he doesn't get that flying shot. Holy wow. Yeah.
Again.
Yeah.
The fact that this doesn't... The fact that the bullets don't connect is probably more of a cause for concern there, but... Sprout. I'm not too sure what NKJ is thinking, but attack pause should have come a long time ago. I don't know what role that this coach is actually having in the server right now, but... Like, why is there no attack pause? They've given up from a 14-4 into a 15-13, and we've seen Sprout do nothing about it. I'm kind of angry there's been no attack pause here. Like, yeah, there should have been a stoppage to this a long time ago, and right now it's again another early entry for Japaleno. They are looking like they're going to be convincing into another overtime scenario against this side of Sprout, because their T side, I don't know what it is with their T performances, but they are shocking compared to their CT side, and the coach seems to be doing very little about it. The IGL, not even a cause for concern to call a pause at this point. Something is going wrong in this Sprout camp on their T sides. Yeah,
I have to agree. Something is definitely off key. There is obviously perhaps a little bit too much of I don't know, maybe overthinking it, maybe over expecting what to do. Dennis, though, Pleasant, I mean, what? Dennis with 13 mollies, and then Pleasant just walks into the molly to try and engage. Of course, it's a free frag. That is certainly going to be a bit of a drawback. Sprout, they are looking to hit B by the looks of it, though. They've got a player coming in through Murder Hole. That is the angle. Whoa! Yo, that was a sick angle, as Dazon is able to shut out Spitty. It's still going to be 3 men entering onto short, and there goes Favin. And again, yet again, we are in a 3-on-2 setup. This afterplant has to be absolutely perfect. The money
They can't mess another one up.
Yeah, they cannot afford to mess up another one. And oh, Dennis is dead. Goodbye, Dennis. A little bit too eager, a little bit too fast as Freddy Frog finds himself the entry. This is what they needed. Now, Dezen and Freddy Frog are the 2 men that can make this happen. Can they make it happen is a better question, though.
Oh, the timing. Oh my gosh. Oscar does catch out onto Freddy Frog, though. Dazon not going to be able to survive. It is 16-13 replica of some of their previous encounters on Mirage. Again, sure, it's a solid performance out of Sprout. They get the map victory under their belt, but that should have been done a long time ago. And you can see with the way that Japaleno were able to come back on that T side, just showing that Sprout are struggling. Oh, sorry, on their CT side, are sort of showing